A girl once wrote in her diary about being bullied by her classmates. One night, while she was asleep, her parents secretly read her diary. The next day, the classmate who bullied her was found dead. More than 10 years passed. Only recently did the girl, Sun-hee, begin to realize that her parents might be far more terrifying than she ever imagined. Last night, a mysterious man came to find Sun-hee. He claimed to be a relative of her family and warned her to be careful of her father and mother. After the man left, Sun-hee's mother asked what he had said. Sun-hee asked whether the man was truly a relative. Her mother only responded that he used to visit often when Sun-hee was little, but Sun-hee had no memory of him at all. Hearing this, the mother seemed relieved, but after returning to her room, Sun-hee couldn't sleep. Besides warning her to beware of her parents, that strange man had also asked her about a certain room in their house. Thinking of this, Sun-hee quietly walked to the door of that room, the only locked room in the entire house, the one her parents never allowed her to enter. She pressed her ear against the door, listening carefully. Just then, faint sounds came from next door. Sun-hee hurried downstairs, but suddenly her parents' voices came from behind her. She turned around and saw them standing on the stairs, staring at her with an unsettling expression. The next day at school, Hyun-woo noticed she was troubled and told her she could talk to him any time. Sun-hee asked him for a favor. The two then went to their teacher and requested early leave. After leaving school, taking advantage of her parents being out, Sun-hee rushed home with Hyun-woo keeping watch by the door. She searched the house and finally found a bunch of keys in the storeroom, then went to the forbidden room. She remembered trying to enter this room as a child, only for her father to sternly tell her she must never enter under any circumstances. Thinking of his expression and the strange man's warning, she inserted the keys, trying them one by one, but none of them worked. As her parents were about to return, she panicked and asked Hyun-woo to bring a ladder. She climbed it, attempting to open the window, but just then, her father's car pulled up outside. In a rush, she told Hyun-woo to move the ladder away and stall her father. To help the girl he liked, Hyun-woo swallowed his pride and performed an awkward dance in front of her father's car. A few minutes later, her mother also returned. Seeing that Sun-hee had already climbed inside, Hyun-woo finally stopped dancing, leaving her parents completely confused. Inside the room, Sun-hee found everything perfectly preserved. On the bedside table was a toy car, and on the desk a photograph. The moment she saw the photo, she was shocked. Meanwhile, after sending Hyun-woo away, her parents rushed inside. Not seeing their daughter, mother gave father a look. He immediately took out a key and walked toward the locked room. Just as he was about to open the door, Sun-hee stepped out of the bathroom wrapped in a bathrobe, pretending she had just taken a shower. After she returned to her room, mother checked the bathroom only to find no clothes in the laundry basket. In her room, Sun-hee removed the bathrobe and took out the photograph she had hidden inside. She believed the photo might reveal the truth behind everything. After hiding it safely, she went to the kitchen and asked her mother why they had adopted her. Hearing this question, her mother unexpectedly became angry, forcing her to stop talking. Later that night, mother told father what happened, saying their daughter was getting too close to the truth. Father responded in a chilling tone, "No matter what happens, we must hide it to the end, and we must execute our plan ahead of time." After school the next day, Sun-hee hurried out again, and Hyun-woo followed out of concern. She arrived at a mansion. Led by the butler, both of them entered the hall. The place looked like a palace. Sun-hee told Hyun-woo this was her grandmother's home. A moment later, the butler pushed out an elderly woman, her adoptive grandmother, with whom she had no blood relation. The grandmother was not pleased to see her, but Sun-hee ignored this and took out the photo she had found in the secret room. It showed her parents, her grandmother, and a teenage boy.
She asked who the boy was. The grandmother became furious, saying that even if Sun-hee learned the truth, she could never become a true member of their family. When Sun-hee pressed further, the grandmother snapped and threw a vase at her feet, shouting at her never to return. Startled, Hyun-woo pulled Sun-hee out and treated the scrape on her leg. As they talked, he suddenly brought up Soo-yeon. He had realized that all the strange incidents started after Soo-yeon transferred schools. He knew Sun-hee was hiding something, but didn't want to tell him. Seeing his frustration, Sun-hee finally opened up, saying it wasn't that she didn't trust him, she simply didn't understand everything herself. Hyun-woo comforted her, saying that if she ever felt afraid or had nowhere to go, she could come to him. He would always be her strongest support. Encouraged, Sun-hee felt her sorrow slowly fade. At dusk, Hyun-woo carried her on his back as they walked home. On the way, he softly told her. In the Native American language, the word for friend means someone who carries my sadness. He then pulled out a sticky piece of candy, something he had been saving for days, and gave it to her. Back home, Sun-hee wrote in her diary, "A lot of terrible things happened today, but Hyun-woo's words felt like a healing medicine." She trusted this precious friend even more. While writing, she remembered a birthday from her childhood. Her parents had given her a diary as a birthday gift and told her to write down everything that happened each day. Later, when they noticed her coming home upset from school, they secretly read her diary one night. In it, young Sun-hee wrote, "A girl in my class is spreading rumors that I'm not my parents' biological child." Sun-hee couldn't bear hearing bad things about her parents, so she fought with the girl and even refused to go to school afterward. After reading the diary, her parents looked at her strangely. The next day, the girl she fought with was reported dead. Back in the present, the next morning after finishing her diary, Sun-hee went for a walk with Hyun-woo. While she was out, her father entered her room again, checked her computer, and found a web page about how to legally change family relations. Then he took out a hidden key, opened her drawer, and secretly removed her diary. Inside, she had written questions about the mysterious man's identity, her recent depression, and Hyun-woo's comfort. After reading, the father put everything back exactly as before. Meanwhile, Sun-hee thanked Hyun-woo. Without him, she said she wouldn't be able to face her life alone. Not far away, Inspector Shin and his junior were secretly watching. The inspector believed Sun-hee was the key to both Kim-ho's death and Soo-yeon's disappearance. But his superior forbade surveillance, insisting Kim-ho's death had already been ruled an accident. After thanking Hyun-woo, Sun-hee finally revealed the truth about the day Soo-yeon accidentally killed Kim-ho. Hyun-woo was shocked and suspected that the fire incident might also have been Soo-yeon's doing. He didn't understand why Sun-hee wouldn't call the police, but she firmly insisted Soo-yeon wasn't the arsonist. At this point, she couldn't tell him her suspicions about her parents. Hyun-woo thought simply, with just Sun-hee alone, she couldn't solve everything. He urged her to report it to the police. But Sun-hee said coldly, "If you report it behind my back, we won't be friends anymore." The next day, during class, Sun-hee received a message from an unknown number. It seemed to be from Soo-yeon. She claimed she was outside the school and asked for Sun-hee to come meet her. She rushed out of the classroom to the gate, but after looking around, Soo-yeon was nowhere to be found. Just then, across the street, she saw someone with a back view that looked very much like Soo-yeon. She ran toward the opposite side, but at that moment a black van sped toward her from behind. In the split second before impact, Hyun-woo shoved Sun-hee out of the way and was sideswiped by the van himself. The next moment, the driver adjusted his rearview mirror to get a clear look at the scene of the crash. During that near-death moment, Sun-hee seemed to recall a memory of herself falling into the ocean, and on the shore stood her father, watching coldly. Fortunately, both she and Hyunwoo were not seriously injured. After calming down, Hyunwoo opened up about his feelings. He missed the days when he, Kim Ho, and Sun-hee used to spend time together. Those were truly happy days. But he also understood that those times were gone forever. Because of that, he swore to protect Sun-hee no matter what. He didn't want to lose the last friend he had left. At the same time, he said they couldn't just ignore what happened to Kim Ho. He hoped Sun-hee would report it to the police once she sorted out her thoughts. Sun-hee agreed. Hyunwoo then shared his suspicion. Normally, when a car is about to hit someone, the driver would slam the brakes, but that black van didn't slow down at all. It drove straight at her as if trying to hit her on purpose. Hyunwoo asked whether she wanted to report it. Sun-hee nodded at first, but then remembered her parents' unusual behavior recently, and the warning from the mysterious man telling her to be careful of her father and mother. She hesitated and asked Hyunwoo not to call the police yet. She feared the accident might be connected to her parents. Just as she was about to explain the reason, her parents arrived at the hospital. Her mother anxiously asked about her condition, while Hyunwoo noticed her father standing nearby with clenched fists and a grim expression. Later that night at the law firm, a partner remarked that her father had done a good job today. Hearing this, the father looked shocked, only to realize the partner was referring to his successful case that day. Seeing something was off, the partner urged him not to keep everything bottled up. Her father agreed, but once his colleague left, his face grew dark again. The next day, the family sat around the dining table. The atmosphere felt subtly uncomfortable. 2 police officers arrived to investigate. They already knew about the black van incident, and seeing that Sun-hee was again involved, their suspicions toward the family deepened.
Facing their questioning, her father awkwardly put his arm around his daughter, claiming the incident was nothing more than an accident. But the officers discovered that he had rented a black van from a taxi company. Her father admitted this. Hearing that, Sun-hee looked at him in shock. The police wanted to continue questioning, but her father told them to go to his office where they could talk in detail. The officers left, suspecting he was simply buying time to create a perfect alibi. After they left, her father received a call from his wife, Sun-hee's mother, saying that Sun-hee had taken the photo and visited her grandmother. Ending the call, he opened the forbidden room in their home, discovering signs that the window had been opened from inside. Meanwhile, police checking the law firm found that at the exact time Sun-hee was injured and sent to the hospital, her father had not left the building. Thus, the black van must have been driven by someone else. On the other side, thinking about her father renting the van, the fire at Kim Ho's house, and Soo-yeon's sudden disappearance, Sun-hee began suspecting that her father might even be planning to kill her. Struggling internally, she decided to confront him. But when she opened the door, he was already standing there furious, demanding to know where she had hidden the photo. Without waiting for a reply, he rampaged through her room, smashing everything. Terrified, she finally said the photo was in her school bag. After taking it, her father turned to leave, but Sun-hee asked the questions weighing on her heart: who the boy in the picture was and how many secrets her parents were keeping from her. She even admitted she was now afraid of her own parents. Unexpectedly, her father said he too was afraid of the daughter standing in front of him. Before he could continue, her mother stopped him. He withdrew what he was about to say and warned Sun-hee never to enter that room again. Shaken by his behavior, Sun-hee hesitated but eventually called the mysterious uncle. With some humor, the man lightened her mood a little. She then asked about the boy in the photograph. Instead of answering, the man showed his police badge. He was not a relative. He was an officer investigating her parents.
He said her father had a side unknown to the world. Officer Kang told her that before becoming a lawyer, her father had been a prosecutor, something Sun-hee had never known. According to Kang, years ago, there was a major kidnapping arson case, and her parents' biological son died in that fire. Back then, the officers suspected her father was the real culprit. However, an unrelated person was arrested, the investigation ended abruptly, and every report about the case was wiped from the internet. Kang believed her father used his power to suppress the truth. Furthermore, he claimed that as an adopted daughter, Sun-hee was also in danger. He wanted to protect her and prevent another tragedy. He told her not to reveal their meeting to any other officers and promised him he would personally arrest her father. When she returned home, her father brought out documents for overseas study, telling her to prepare to leave the country soon. Her mother told her everything the father did was for her own good. After her father left, her mother finally revealed who the boy in the photo was, their biological son. Before adopting Sun-hee, their son had died in a fire. It was a deeply painful memory for their parents. That was why they never told her. Her mother hugged her, asking her to trust them, saying they would do anything to protect her. Taking the chance, Sun-hee asked what her mother did at Kim-ho's house that day. Her mother confessed that when she arrived, Kim-ho was still alive. She wanted to call an ambulance, but Kim-ho refused. He said he wasn't dying, and he tried his best to protect Sun-hee, saying she had done nothing wrong. When his parents were about to come home, her mother panicked, took Sun-hee's phone and her trousers, and left through the back door. She had no idea how the house later caught fire. Thinking about her parents' words and Officer Kang's claims, Sun-hee no longer knew whom to trust. To confirm the truth, she searched online, only to find all web pages related to the kidnapping arson case had indeed been deleted, just as Kang had said. At this point, she started believing the officer and suspected her family was hiding something terrible. Meanwhile, her parents sat on the sofa watching TV with eerie expressions. The program was about food allergens, specifically warnings about peanuts. At the same time, Officer Kang called again, reminding her to contact him immediately if anything happened. That same night, a fisherman discovered a severed head floating in the river. When the police arrived, they found a student ID card nearby. Soo-yeon's name was on it. Her disappearance became headline news. Watching the news, Sun-hee's father showed an unfathomably dark expression. This episode ends here. Alright, that's all for today. Please like, comment, share with friends, and don't forget to subscribe to React Panther. We'll be back with the rest of the story soon.